Are you planning to go on your first cruise sometime soon, but you are just overwhelmed with the amount of questions and the amount of nuances and details to know about cruising? If that's you, you're in luck because in today's video, I'm actually going to share answers to the top 10 questions that first-time cruisers ask. Hi everyone, I'm Regina and I want to welcome you to the Travel Savvy Hub, your passport to explore and experience the world. Here I'll provide you with information, tips, and some inspirational vlogs to help make you a more savvy traveler. Without further ado, let's get into the 10 most asked questions by first-time cruisers, starting with number 1. When is the best time to book a cruise to get the best deals? Yes, planning. Planning is very, very important. What I'd like to say is that to book a cruise and lock in, pay your deposits and get it all set, the best times to do that is usually during wave season, which is the period between January and March. During that time, cruise lines tend to have some of the best deals because they're really trying to get passengers start off the year right with getting everything booked. But no matter when you're able to book your cruise, I always recommend that you look at least 6 to 12 months in advance. This will allow you to get the best rates usually, and it also gives you more variety of cabins that you can choose from as well. Number 2, can I bring my own booze on board? Now, this is something that travelers ask about a lot, and what you'll find is there are a few cruise lines that do not allow you to bring your own booze on board. However, most cruise lines you will find do have a policy that allows you to bring 1 bottle of wine or champagne with you on your cruise as part of your carry-on luggage. So it's just a matter of researching the cruise lines that you're interested in and checking out their alcohol policies. Number 3. Are cruises really all-inclusive, or will I be nickeled and dimed for everything? Yes, money matters, especially when you're a first-time cruiser getting into this space. And I will tell you the truth that cruises are not exactly all-inclusive. And let me explain that. Your cruise fare is typically going to account for your accommodations, so your cabin, your basic meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, also usually some snacks, and onboard activities and certain entertainment and shows. Those are included. Now, however, there are things that you may want to do as a part of the cruise that are going to be additional costs. Those are going to be things like drink packages, or if you decide to do any specialty dining restaurants that may be on board, or if you decide to book any excursions in any of the ports. Those will be things that will be an additional cost. And so knowing that before you start to sail, and even while you're planning, is very important so that you'll know exactly how much money you'll need to allocate to your cruise experience. Number 4, how do I choose the right cruise line for me? Yes, finding the right cruise is really a matchmaking game. While researching cruise lines, I always like to tell people to think about what kind of vacation you want. Are you looking for something where you can take your family, take your children? Are you looking for a romantic getaway? Do you want a ship that has a lot of activity going on and is very, very active? Or do you want something more subdued? You'll be able to look at all of the cruise lines to see how uniquely they're different, to see which one works for you. And if you want to ensure that you really have a cruise that's tailor-made to your likes and your interests, you can also get the help of a travel advisor, such as myself, to help you walk through that experience and pick something that's just right for you. If you are interested, or if you have any questions about your first cruise and where you want to take that, my contact information is below. You can definitely reach out to me, and I'd be glad to help you. Number 5. What's the deal with gratuities? Are they mandatory, and how much should I spend on them? Gratuities you can think of as etiquette at sea. When you go to a dining restaurant, a steakhouse, your favorite seafood place, even if you go to Chili's, after the server has served you, you typically will leave a gratuity with them to thank them for their service. On cruise ships, it's no different. Cruise ships, most of the time, will charge you daily a gratuity fee. It varies from cruise line to cruise line, and that will be added into your overall cost of your cruise. There's also opportunities once you're on board to tip above and beyond that. So if you want to tip your bartenders, your dining room staff in the specialty restaurants, drivers that may drive you on excursions, you're welcome to do that. One thing to keep in mind is that especially the crew on these cruise ships, they don't make very much money, and they're working on these cruise lines to provide a better life for their families. So it really is a nice gesture to thank them for their service. They're working very hard and working from sun up to sundown to make sure you have a great vacation. So it is really just a great thing to also add in your allocation budget for your cruise. Okay, with that, we have made it halfway through the list of the top 10 questions that first-time cruisers ask. I hope you're getting value out of this video. If you are, if you please do me a favor and like and subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this, I would greatly appreciate it. And now we will move on to number 6. Can I bring my furry friend along? Okay, pet lovers. Okay, I'm gonna break it to you. I know that your pet is your baby and you love your pet dearly. However, most cruise lines do not allow you to bring your dogs and cats and turtles on board with you. There are very few exceptions to this though. It's very nuanced. Also, if you are into taking river cruises, sometimes river cruises are a little more welcoming of pets. So you would just need to research the specific cruise line and then get their policy on pets. Number 7. How does cruise dining work? Can I eat whatever, whenever? Now, this is probably my favorite part. So if you're a foodie, you'll be very happy because cruise ships tend to have food all day and all night. There are typically many like dining options, specialty restaurants, snack bar type foods, bar food, their room service. There are endless options for you to get food pretty much any time of day. And as far as your formal kind of dinner time reservations or dinner time eating, cruises do have different options. You can have a set dining time where you may eat at 5:30 or 7:30 and you'll eat at that same time every night. Or many cruise ships offer what's called anytime dining, which is very convenient because it allows you to eat your dinner in the dining room at a time that works best for you, and you can schedule it around any shows you want to see or any activities that are taking place at a certain time. It's really great to have that option. And usually there's food late into the night. You have your buffets. Again, you will never run out of options to find food on your cruise. Number 8. What's the scoop on the onboard entertainment? Is it all just bingo and shuffleboard? I thought this question was really funny. But I'm here to tell you, no, that is not the case. If you want to have bingo and shuffleboard, you can definitely do that. But there are so many more options. Cruise ships have come such a long way. You have everything from water parks to surf simulators to trivia games to Broadway shows. There's all kind of activities on board. So whether it's a port day and you want to explore the ship while everyone else is off the ship, or if it's a sea day, you will never run out of things to do while you're on your cruise. Number 9. Are there any hidden fees I should be aware of when booking a cruise? Now, this is a great question, and it gives me the opportunity to tell you about 2 things you may or may not be aware of that are associated with cruises. I wouldn't necessarily call them hidden fees, but there may be fees that are just you're unaware of if you haven't cruised before. And those are your port fees as well as your taxes. These are 2 amounts that will be added every time you sail on a cruise. The port fees are based on the ports that your cruise is going to be going to. And of course, the taxes are based on how much your base fare ends up costing. So I do want to let you know that anytime you cruise, when you get ready to check out and you see the final bill, you'll see your cruise fare is 1 fee, and then you'll see a couple of things added. Those are those port fees and taxes. So it's great for you to be aware of those. And bringing us home, number 10. Is travel insurance a must for cruise vacations? Okay, I really want to drive this point home. Travel insurance is not mandatory for cruises, but I strongly encourage anybody who does cruise to please consider getting it, just so you have the peace of mind of knowing that everything is taken care of should something happen to you. These are things like if you suddenly fall sick right before your cruise date and you can no longer attend the cruise. Having insurance helps with that. if you go on an adventure and go ATV riding into the Dominican Republic and you accidentally fall off the ATV and have to go see a doctor, that bill will be very, very expensive. But if you have cruise insurance, then it's able to take care of all of those fees for you. So I always definitely encourage you, please consider getting it. I think it'll just give you a really good peace of mind. You're paying a lot of money and really investing in having this great cruise vacation. So you want to protect that with some insurance. That's my advice. And there you have it. We have rounded out the top 10 questions that are asked by new cruisers. Again, if you liked this video and you found the content helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel. And also, I would love to get a comment below on where do you want your first cruise to be, or what cruise lines are you looking at for your first cruise? And if you are an experienced traveler, what was your first cruise? Put it down below and it might be able to help other viewers decide what they might want to try for their first cruise. And so with that, I'm going to sign out. Take care and stay savvy.